My name is Brian Benny, and this is Professor Whitfield. And I just have a few questions first. When and where were you born?
I was born in Greenville, Mississippi.
Um, where are your parents from?
My parents are from Moorhead, Mississippi.
How did your family get to Texas?
My family, well, my family still lives in Mississippi, but I came to Texas for law school.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about your childhood?
I remembered my parents really cultivating me just in terms of having an opinion, thinking freely, just having my own, opinion, and then just letting me figure out what I wanted to do as a profession.
Did your parents ever discuss anything about racism?
In Mississippi, it was always kind of one of those things that just existed. It wasn't like we talked about it a lot.
Saw it.
Yeah, I saw it a lot. My parents were very involved in the civil rights movement, and so I was very aware because of that.
What are some notable things that you saw throughout the history? Something that stuck out to you?
Well, you just kind of people view race in a different way. It's like they're very open about the way they feel about race. That was very different from when I moved to Houston, because people don't just talk about it as openly.
Yeah.
But it exists. Also, I lived in Washington D.C., and so there was subtle racism type issues. You saw people of color didn't necessarily have the same opportunities, didn't have the same wealth, didn't have the same, access.
Yeah. What made you choose TSU?
I got a scholarship.
Scholarship. Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, that always helps.
Okay. Did you know a lot about HBCU schools before you came here?
I did, because I'm a graduate of Jackson State, which is also an HBCU in the SWAC conference. So I knew a little bit about it, but I didn't know a lot about Houston. So, and I only had a couple of family members here, so I was a little nervous. Yeah.
What did you study? What was your major?
My study was law.
Law.
Yeah.
What advice would you give people that decide to come to HBCU school?
I would tell them that you get personal attention here that you wouldn't get at some of the larger schools, because a lot of the larger schools have big kind of auditoriums. You're just another number. But here, you really do interact with your professors. They know you, and they keep up with you even after you graduated.
What other things do you think are important about HBCU schools?
I think there is kind of a family environment, that you just kind of feel. Every school has its issues, but at the end of the day, I think people really do welcome people from all backgrounds and from all parts of the country and all parts of the world, really.
All right. Would you recommend your future children, or would you recommend them to go to HBCU school?
I'd recommend it, but at the end of the day, I would do like my parents did, just give them the choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that HBCUs are important to society?
I think they are. There's a lot of history. There is a lot of struggle, and it reminds people that, if you put your mind to it, that you can really accomplish things, even in the face of adversity.
What made you come back here and actually do a career here?
I was recruited. I was living in Washington, D.C., and I knew that I wanted to take those experiences that I had there, and I wanted to bring them back here.
How has the HBCU school helped you to get where you are right now?
There's a great network of people throughout the country, and when they find out that you're either from their alma mater or from another HBCU, they really do embrace you and bring you in. Yeah.
Do you feel like the school is important, or like do you think people should all know about the school like this?
Yeah, really the open admissions policy is really huge. It gives a lot of people opportunities that otherwise wouldn't have opportunities to go to university.